Hello, everyone. Welcome to Blightfall. This is episode 17 of our Let's Play series for Minecraft Java. And in this episode, well, we're going to be making some focus and we're going to be going out and moving some nodes and possibly spawners. So I want to talk about a little bit of the stuff that I did off camera, because I did a bunch of stuff off camera. Like, I've been working for hours. So first off, I had to fill the wands up, of course. Then I had to get the research done. So let's talk about the research. So this is what you're going to want to research, this wand focus dislocation. So what I did was I researched everything for the wands, which is somewhere. Okay, I researched all the focuses for the wands, the pouch, all of this. And I went and I just started researching a whole bunch of stuff for thaumic tinkering, right? So I didn't research all of it, but I researched a lot. This is actually an interesting thing, the osmotic enchanter. It allows you to place specific enchants on your gear. So I thought that was neat. You can already place enchants on your gear, so I'm not quite sure why they put that in, but its ability to craft it is dangerous. So I was like, alright. It's not too complicated of a spell recipe, though. Or a Infusion recipe. Just takes an enchantment table. But anyway. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You kind of have to set it up like an altar. Right? Like, a little bit like an Infusion altar. It has 6 pillars around it that are made out of those obsidian thingamabobbers. And so it says the tail slowly drains this from the wand until it's done. It has to have 6 pillars in the nearby vicinity. And these pillars need to be at the same level as the table. Pillars need to be made of 2 of the 12 obsidian totem blocks, stacked up on top of each other with a piece of niter on each one of them. And then the enchanter will get flux energy from them, grabbing this from the wand and combining them to enchant the item. Lastly, the enchanter will cease to function with iron or copper capped wands. So you have to use really nice wands, okay? But anyway, making it is, it says it's dangerous, but it might be a viable option for getting our stuff enchanted other than just making an enchantment table. So we'll see. Basic Thaumcraft actually does have, the ability to make your own enchantments on it. I don't remember where that was, but it does have the ability for you to make your own enchantments. There it is. So this would be repair 1 and 2, right? Salus Mundus and enamel. Haste 1 and 2, protection, all the different levels of protection. See that? But it does require a lot of aspects to make them. So I'll go ahead and read it. It says, for ages now, wizards and thaumaturgists have been enchanting weapons, tools, and armor by imbuing objects with their own life energy. While effective, the process is tedious and the results are completely unpredictable. They're talking about experience. Your discovery of infusion crafting might have uncovered a solution to both those problems. You have discovered a way to enchant items or objects with an infusion altar. Simply place the item you wish to enchant in the central pedestal and supply the proper ingredients and essentia. It also requires some life essence in the form of experience, but much less than would be normally required to enchant something. this experience is drawn from anyone near the infusion altar, so care should be taken. The essentia and experience costs listed in following recipes are for the first level of enchantment. To enchant an item to higher levels, simply perform the infusion process again. It can be repeated till the required enchantment has reached its maximum possible level. Essentia and experience cost are multiplied by the level of enchantment you are performing. So a level 2 enchant costs twice as much as a level 1. Additional costs might also be required if the item already contains enchants other than the one you are currently performing. This cost is usually around 10% per level of enchantment. So enchanting a sword with fire aspect 1 that already contains smite 3 will cost 30% more. Its stability also increases the total number of enchantments on the object increases. Enchanting items with an infusion altar follows the normal rules for enchantment as it applies to what enchants can be combined with others. Okay, this is, I mean, it's cool and all, you know, this is the base Thaumcraft way to enchant, and I have done this before. It takes a lot to get your stuff enchanted, but you can get some hard to get enchantments, which in my opinion is really good. Now, I've never tried to put it on a book, but if we can get Botania up and going, then we can make the books and then use Botania to, because you only need one book, right? But also, I would like Silk Touch. If I do any of these, it's definitely going to be that. Silk Touch. We only have to do once, right? Because it only needs one. That could be very beneficial to have something that has Silk Touch on it. So, mainly because it allows to move grass around, and also when we get the Cursed Earth going, we'll be able to pick it up because you have to have Silk Touch for that. This is probably pretty doable. I don't know where we'd get Perfudio from, but I'm sure we can figure something out. I have seen stuff with Mento on it. I think Shears has that. The rest of this is easy to get. Instrumentanium, Precatio, and Ordador should be all pretty good. But anyway, so we're going to be making 2 foci. Before you make the foci, you need to make sure that you have a focus pouch, because that's what you put your foci in. So the focus pouch is really easy. I've already made mine. You make it in the arcane workbench, and it goes in your belt slot. Okay, so first thing we're going to make is Purity Focus. Now, the Purity Focus is actually made in the Arcane Workbench. So you're going to have 4 Nether Quartz, and I showed you yesterday on how to get the Nether Quartz. And then 4 Order Shards, and you're going to have to sacrifice one of your Ethereals. It doesn't use up the focus, though, so this is like a one-time dealie. And we should be able to do it with the wand we have currently in there, hopefully. Yeah. Alright, so we have our wand focus of purity. Now, I don't know if you can use this to cure nodes, but we're gonna find out. So to change it out, you notice what I did, right? So I don't have any other focuses, but if you press F, it'll bring up a circular reticle that you can choose the focus that you want to put on your wand. You have to, and then if you want to take it off, you shift F, and it should work, but apparently not. Okay, well, it doesn't work. So the next focus we're gonna make is the wand focus dislocation. So this is gonna allow us to move spawners around. which is really nice. I don't think you can use it on nodes, but maybe you can. If you can, that would be really beneficial because it's going to burn through a lot of glass. So this is actually an arcane infusion. I have already gotten everything together for this, so I'm going to tell you how to get these different aspects. Alienus is from Ender Pearls. Now, if you've been using your Ender Seeds, growing your Ender Pearls, you know that every now and then it multiplies your seeds, which is awesome. So eventually you're going to have like a whole bunch of seeds. Precantatio you can get from Silverwood, among other things. Tenebrae, you're going to get that from Endstone. Vacos, just make some wooden bowls. Like a whole bunch of wooden bowls. That's how you get Vacos. And then Vidium is, you should have been collecting all the taint globs and tendrils that you find, because that's where you get your Vintium at. Okay? Alright, so we're gonna need 4 nether quartz, 3 amber, and a diamond. So there's our diamond. There's our 4 nether quartz. There's our 3 amber. And what else was it? Oh, right. We need an ender pearl. Okay. Alrighty then. So you're going to put your ender pearl in the center. And we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ingredients. So this should be fine. You want to try to balance your ingredients as much as possible. So that'll be our nether quartz. Amber's going to be an odd one. So, because these two don't match up. But that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to double check your mats. So it requires Alienus, Precantatio, Tenebrae, Vacos, and Vidium. So that Alienus, that's Vidium, that's Vacos, that's Tenebrae, and Precantatio. So we're good. We're ready to boogie. I told you how to get the different aspects. So now you got to keep an eye on this, okay? Because some of these are really unstable and they can be nasty. So let's do this. One of the biggest things you have to watch out for is it little lightning bolt will zap the ingredients off the pedestals. So okay, we're looking good. It's starting to take the ingredients now. Yay. Very nice. Come on, you can totally do this. There we go. And we got our focus. Awesome, right? Awesome. Okay, so you just mouse over your emerald wand and then stick it on there. Okay. Alright, so the big wand is for our dislocating because it's going to cost a lot. So this is our new room. It's not decorated or anything like that. It's pretty basic. We're going to put our main node right here. And then the smaller nodes that we're going to let it eat are going to be around it. Yes, you heard me. So that's the way it goes. So if you have a big node and then you put a small node next to it, the big node will eat the small node. And that's how you can build your nodes up to be really powerful. Okay? Unless it's a hungry node. If it's a hungry node, well, you can do that too with it, but it's dangerous. But you can build a hungry node up by feeding it things. And it will take on the aspects of the stuff that it eats. So, hungry nodes are like black holes that suck everything around them in. It's really gnarly. And yes, they can suck you in. So, I haven't found any hungry nodes on this map, so let's hope there isn't any. Alright, so we have some glass and we have some slabs. And we are going to have to go cannibalize some of our ethereals. We're gonna initially, I think we're gonna set up a area for the node to be. I mean, we could just do it with that node. It's actually pretty darn powerful, the node, I think. I think it's like it's got like 100 or something like that. It's got a lot of it's got a lot in it. Let me look. Yeah, see, that's a powerful node. It's 105. So technically we could keep this node, right? We wouldn't even have to move it. I would like to try to... Hey, man, don't be doing that. I would like to try to clean it. So let's try that. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can. Okay, lovely Google says you can purify the node, but it takes 175 bis to do it. So this mod wouldn't even be able to do it. Only this would. So yeah. We're not gonna do that right this very second, but you can bottle the nodes up. I think we might use this node. It is tainted, but we could probably bring nodes to it and let it eat them. So I want to maybe do some of that. I mean, I gotta cannibalize some of these ethereals. So I think there's some down here that I might be able to grab. Let's see, we've got taint coming in. I can't really... I don't have the ethereal blooms to keep it all at bay. So, yeah, it is what it is. We're just going to have to, you know, work with it, I guess. Alright. So we need to locate a nice node that can be cannibalized. So I'm going to show you guys how to put a node in a jar. Now we have a whole bunch of nodes that we found on the water. So we're going to just kind of sail around a little bit and see what we can find. So there's a water one right there. It says it's air, water, modus, and order. Air, water, order is good. The node we already have has air, but what we really need is fire. Gotta find some fire. Yeah, here's our node. So let's see how much aspects is in it. I mean, it's not a bad node. It has complicated in it, which would be the modus, which eventually we'll be able to do something with. But I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to build around it because it's in the water. So you put glass around it. And then glass underneath it. And then glass. Okay. And it does take quite a lot. It does. It does. And take our glass out. There's one. Oh, turn around. Going the wrong way. We're just going to kind of build it real quick. The next node we get, we're going to get one that is has some fire on it, I think. Okay. So you're basically crafting a jar, right? That's what you're doing, is you're crafting a jar around the dealie. And then we're going to top it, right? You have to top it with the glass, right? Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this. Like a long time. Almost the same age as my son, which is a really long time. So. Oh, we messed up. We foobarred it. It might work. Oh, okay. Well, it's nice that it didn't, you know, drop into the water. Because I honestly thought it was going to. But it didn't, so yay. There. Just want to make sure that it doesn't, right? Now we can get on top of it and pop it and pick it up. So now we have a node in a jar. And it is tainted and it says it's pale. So. All right. I'll take this. So that took a lot. But we can use this staff to do it too. So, so that one's gone. Let's delete it. So now we need to find one with fire. So that has fire. That one has fire. It's air, water, fire. That one has earth. Let's get the earth one. The earth one is better. Better cheddars. Eventually we'll be able to go to the bottom of the water. Get some of that, get the nodes down there. That'd be cool. That's what the glows are. The glowies. Alright, so this one right here is... what? Oh, that's a nice one. That's got 50 fire on it. Alright, let's check this one out. This one's nice because it's got 50 fire. This one is fire and earth, though. We don't have earth yet or fire. So let's check that one and see if that would be a better deal. Because that's nice. 50 fire. That's really nice. So let's check this one. We get them all combined up, and then we expend it to purify one node, basically. Okay, so that node right there sucks. Let's go ahead and get that other one. I mean, it says it had earth on it, but it doesn't. Oh, has no earth on it. I don't know. That's weird. That's okay. We're gonna get this other one. Gonna get the other one. Because it's nice. It's a nice node. We're going to basically feed it to our current node, right? That's about how that's going to boil. And we're going to get this out. It does take a lot of glass to do this, so... oh, no, stop. Okay, there. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay. I'm gonna have to drop now. Kasploosh. All right. Doing good, I say. Doing good. All right. So now I got it skinny up on top of it. And get some more glass on it. And there we go. All right. So now we need to do that. We still got plenty of capacity on this wand. The staff. Because it's a staff and it's awesome. Alright. So we want to put a block underneath this guy. Because we don't want it to fall in the water. Because it will sink like a rock. Yes, it will. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Alright. There we go. So now we have 2 nodes. And they're both pale, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright. Coolios. So now we need to find something with earth on it. We're going to delete this guy because we already picked him up. So that guy supposedly had earth, but he doesn't. This guy has earth. That's got Perdicio on it and no earth. Lux. Water, water, water. Earth Perdicio would be good. So there we go. Terra and Perdicio. Now that one's got order. We are eventually going to have all the elements, so... okay, so that one has Terra and Perdicio. That one has Terra and Perditio. So I think we should just check these out. So we need to make our way up to that one. Whoa, what's that? There's something down there. Something down there in the water there. I saw that. We're going to have to do a question mark right here. Waypoint, new waypoint. Underwater something. Okay. That's for another time. We gotta focus. It's really easy to get distracted. And then you lose track of what you're doing, and yeah, not good. Not good at all. So let's check this one out. Doesn't look like this one's marked. Maybe? What is this? Oh, that's the one that didn't have the earth and it said it did. There's a big old mistake on my part. Actually, you know what probably happened? We probably used that with one of our low-level wands and it probably ate it. If you use a really low-level wand that's got iron caps on it, it can destroy that aspect on the node. Yeah. Not ideal. So let's check this one. This one's got some Terra because it's green. Or Herba. No, it's Herba. I don't want Herba. So things that aren't the main ones like Perditio, Order, Earth, stuff like that, you know, Terra, are complex, and you have to have special stuff to be able to work with that. So this one has Earth on it, but no Perditio. It's not bad though. It's 32. That's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. What is this one? That's pretty good, but we don't need the air and water. We don't need it. It's this one. Okay, that was Perditio, but no Earth. We gotta have Perditio. Whatever we go with, it has to have Perditio. Perditio and Terra. And then we'll just have to find one that has order on it, and I think we'll have all the main aspects represented, which would be good. Of course, eventually we'll just want to get every single node we can and just pour them into that, you know, that one node. And then, once we have it all uberfied and stuff, then we'll purify it, because it costs a lot of this. Whoa, that one had Lux. You saw that? Ugh, this boat is so annoying. So annoying. I wish Thaumcraft was on the newest versions. I really do. It would be so cool to have this mod pack on the newer versions of Minecraft. The more aspects a node has, the less it has, if that makes any sense. Alright, so see, that has 4 aspects on it, but it's kind of crappy. So let's see here. So this one's got 4. How many does this one have? This one has 4, so it's also going to be crappy. So do we take a crappy one that has both, or do we try for 2 that are better? So like this one right here has Perditio. It would be better because it's only got 3 aspects. This one has order, only 3 aspects. I'm thinking that might be the way to go. I don't see any Earth 3ers though. Oh wait, there. Oh, that's a giant one. Okay, hold up. That's gonna be a giant one. Let's go backwards and get this one right here. This air water Perditio. Let's do that. Let's go back and get that one. Lost my sense of direction for half a second. It's over here on the tip of the island. There it is. I can barely see it. It's really low in the water. All right, let's see what his... Oh, he's only got 25. Hmm. Well... That's a 4. I suppose we should just grab it. Shoot. I do not have enough on me. Alright. I'll be back. Okay, we're gonna grab this one right here. I had to go back and get more glass because we were low. What? Oh, it dislocated it? This wasn't not supposed to do that. Oh, okay. Alright, so we have 3 nodes. I might have enough to do one more. Oh, we should probably delete that one. I'm gonna get this Perditio one down here. Carrot juice. I love V8s. I guess that's tomato juice though. But it has carrots in it, so. It's really hard to find these things. OMG. Stop doing that. Alright, we have quite a few nodes. So I think we're going to head back. So we're going to go back to alpha and we're going to go uncork these nodes next to him. So I need how many do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's go. I think this is the smartest way to do it. Put him there. Put him there. I think we have to skip one if I remember correctly. Alright. So, get your jars. Get your jar. Get your jar. And get your jar. And uncork them. Now they're all tainted, so we're gonna get like a super amount of taint. So we need to place these blooms down that we cannibalized. And as you can see, he starts zapping these other nodes and he'll add the aspects to himself. So just gotta let him do his thing. It's not going to make his taint worse, so. And just like everything else in Thaumcraft, it takes time to do it. See, he's already got water. Isn't that cool? We got some encroachment over here, some right here, a bunch right here. This. There's nothing I can do about it at this moment. But yeah, so that's how it works. Pretty cool, right? So it costs a lot to cure a node, but what we'll do is we'll just combine all the tainted nodes together until we have a mega node. And at that point, then we'll cure it. I think it'll work out just fine. I don't know if these ethereals are going to be able to keep up with the taint level. We'll see. I might have to cannibalize even more. Eventually there won't be anything left. Look at all of the stuff that he's gotten on him now. Isn't that amazing? That's really cool. And it just says he's tainted, so. Yeah, we're going to have a big old node. It's going to be amazing. We're just going to feed him all these different nodes. gonna have to cannibalize some more. I'd hate to do it, but we got to. We got to. It's all gonna work out in the end. You'll see. It'll be awesome. Just need to keep this tamped down, right? Stop it from spreading. Should be okay. If we can get that blood magic up, we can start making ethereals, and then we can get the circumference of the base completely covered, but yeah. So, now that we've gotten this going, I want to take a screenshot real quick, because they will disappear. So let's line this up real quick. Get my amazing staff out. I think it's a better screenshot like that. Okay. So hopefully they'll be able to keep up. I don't know. Maybe they will. We'll see. It's a whole lot of taint. Alright, well, we're just going to leave it to it. Hopefully it won't be catastrophically terrible. So, we got to talk about blood magic now. So, blood magic, we have a tier 3 altar. And I've been, because I had to fill up the wands, so I've been making slates and stuff. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to upgrade what we have. Shoot, where did I stick that? Okay, here's the pouch for blood magic. So I made the apprentice blood orb, which is just an emerald, and it costs 5,000 life points to make, which is not that bad. What I want to do though is I want to make the tier 3 one, which is the magician's blood orb. So this is the problem. It requires 25,000. There's no way to get that much. So I went and I looked it up and everything. You can make capacity runes, right? But the capacity runes require the magician's orb and or higher to make. So we can't put capacity runes on the altar. We also can't put sacrifice runes on the altar, because as you can see, we're not allowed to do that either. Because it requires this rubrachium, and I don't think we've found rubrachium. I can double check, but I don't. It doesn't sound familiar. I don't think we found it. We might have. We'll see. Do I have rubrachium? It's red, so no, we don't have it. I have no idea where it comes from. So, so we can't make either one of those. So the problem is I googled it, right? There's not very much information on blood magic for 1.7.10, considering how old it is, right? So basically what it boils to is we have to fill up the altar as high as it can go, which I've already tried this. And then you put the gold block on top of it, and then you have to actually be able to create the amount of blood fast enough so that it will keep crafting, but our spawn is not there yet. So we're going to have to move some spawners, I think. Or get Cursed Earth going. Okay, so Cursed Earth is a completely different thing, alright? You cannot make the Cursed Earth sigil. You have to find it. Or get it from the Wither, and we're not anywhere close to being able to kill the Wither. So I went and I did some looking around, seeing if I could find some information on it. And apparently you can find the sigil, and it's located... Oh, I'm going to have to take care of that. It's really creeping in. So is this one. It's on top of this, apparently. So we'll have to get up there and check it out somehow. So that's probably what we're going to be doing in the next episode, because if we could get Cursed Earth, that would be really great. Then we just have to get Silk Touch, right? We get Silk Touch, and then we'll be able to transfer the Cursed Earth into our mob spawner, and then it'll just like constantly be spawning monsters up there and dropping them down, which would be really great. I mean, it's not going to be automated yet, but it's a step forward for sure. So I'm thinking we should probably do that in the next episode. So this episode was all about learning how to move these and how to build a really nice node. And you're probably like wondering, like, why would you want to do that? Because we're going to need it. The nodes will be our power source, basically, for Thaumcraft. So I have researched... Oh, where is it? This. Okay, so this is the Advanced Node Stabilizer. Advanced Node Stabilizers perform all the functions of lesser versions with a few major differences. Firstly, they still prevent lesser nodes from having their vis drained, but it does allow stabilized nodes to drain the vis from lesser ones. Secondly, it has a higher chance to improve unstable and fading nodes. Unfortunately, this costs a lot more power from the stabilized node, still not enough to drain vis from it, but even the brightest node will have its recharge rate almost completely negated. Okay, so if you're going to use this, basically, you're going to want to do this. Without vis nodes, Thaumaturges would not even be able to perform the simplest of tasks, but the nodes themselves have several limitations that make their use impractical for extensive operations. Foremost among these limitations is the fact that they are easily depleted, and it takes quite some time for them once again to gather energy from the mystical source they are connected to. You think you have found a way around that limitation. In effect, nodes are tiny gateways to a mysterious font of mystical energy around which the energy slowly accumulates in the form of vis. The gateway is so small that only a tiny amount of energy leaks into our reality. By levering open this doorway, you can cause vis to pour forth in a torrent. This is even more dangerous than it sounds, however, and careful steps must be taken during the entire process. Firstly, the node needs to be stabilized during the entire process. Once that is done, you need to craft and place a node transducer above the node. When you apply a redstone signal to the transducer, the node will begin converting to an energized node and quickly lose its stored vis in the process. The process takes some time, but when it is done, the node will change into an energized node, Caution should be taken to keep both the stabilizer and the transducer active from now on. Energized nodes no longer store or recharge vis, nor can vis be drawn from them with a wand or other means. Instead, they produce a steady supply of CV, century vis, or a hundredth of a vis each tick. This energy can be tapped by placing vis relays near the energized node. Each relay acts as a conduit for CV, and any number of relays can be placed within 8 blocks of an energized node. Relays also transfer energy to each other, allowing you to create a network that transports vis to anything that needs it, like the Infernal Furnace. Relays use a branching system, so each relay can have only one source, either another relay or an energized node, but may have multiple child relays that branch off. You can also tune a relay to one of the primal aspects by using an appropriate vis shard on it. Clicking on it with a wand will also cycle through the possible attunements. This does not limit what vis can flow through the relay, but does prevent it from connecting to other relay except unattuned ones, or ones tuned to the same primal. The amount of energy a node produces per tick is finite, so attaching too many devices to a single source might exceed the amount of CV it can produce. It is possible to turn an energized node back into a normal node simply by cutting the redstone signal from the transducer, and it slowly turned back into a normal node. Caution should be taken, however, since the node will be completely drained of vis and thus runs the risk of being damaged. Okay, so I'm going to break it down basically in layman's terms. So this is the basic node stabilizer. This is the advanced. So you make this, you place it down in your node room. Okay. You bottle your node that you've been growing, or you know, if you're not doing tainted ones like we are, then you can have it in your base. You can grow it in your base. But we are going to have to move that node when we're done with it. When we're done growing it. So we would put it on top of this advanced node stabilizer and then get it out of its jar. Then we would put this node transducer on top of it. And then put a redstone block on top of the transducer. Okay. So that basically stops it from having like an aspect list to it. All the aspects will be drained to like 1, and it'll turn into Centivis, and it will actually go really fast. Okay. Then you use these little transfer devices. I don't remember where I put them. They're around here somewhere. You use these little node transfer devices. Oh, it's actually in here. The relays, they work like wires. Okay, so you can transfer the Centivis all around your base. So check this out. This is like really cool. Okay, so this right here is a vis recharging relay. This is really neat. So you can put this on top of your arcane workbench, and it will use Centivis to keep your wand inside your crafting table charged. Gets better. There is I don't know where it's at. There's a wand recharge relay too that you can use that will recharge your wands. So that's like really neat. That's focus manipulation. You can change focuses, like different aspects on the focuses. There it is. Wand recharge. Traveling around the countryside to recharge your wand's all good and well, but an automatic way to do it would be much better. This specially crafted pedestal does just that. Any wand placed on it will automatically draw this from nearby nodes. Nodes will not be fully drained unless it is poor quality wand crafted from iron or sticks. But you can also recharge with the Centivis, I do believe, if I remember correctly. You can do that. This is vis storage. You can store vis inside a necklace for wand juice and stuff like that, and you can actually stick it on top of your recharge thingy, and it'll recharge. Let's see what else. There was something else. Something in one of these that allows you to make use of compound aspects. I don't remember where it's at though. This is actually really cool. This alchemical boiler allows you to break down liquids instead of solids. So that's neat. Yeah, I am not seeing it. I do not remember where it was. Well, anywho's, as you can tell, I have not researched everything. These are really cool. I used these in our node room. You make them with amber and niter. So, I don't think we've made niter on camera. Maybe I'll do that in the next episode so you guys can see how to do it. It's just alchemy. It's not a big deal. It's one of the most basic things you can make. So, there it is. Niter. So you just Potentia, Lux, Ignis with some glowstone, and it gives you niter. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But anyway, so we'll be doing that. Also, when you put it on that pedestal, the node, when you put the node on that pedestal, it will stop it from being, I mean, it'll still be tainted node, but it'll stop it from spreading taint. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be just about it for this episode. We did a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, we made some foci and we went around and got some nodes and brought them back. And I showed you guys how to compile them into one big giant node. You're going to need to do that. Try to get your node as big as you possibly can, because we're going to need to have that. And then once we get it as big as we can, then we're going to take it and purify it and then bring it into the base and get everything all hooked up. So it's going to be awesome. And then we'll be able to recharge our wands really easily and stuff, and it'll be really cool. We also need to start getting into Britannia, and we need to get that cursed earth. We just have so much to do. So in the next episode, I think we really are going to go to that island and see if we can score the Sigil. And we also are going to have to get a shovel enchanted with Silk Touch. All right. I will catch you guys next time. You guys take care, all right? Toodles!